There we go. All right, so coming into our last game of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Team Baguette Saucisson up against LDLC in this best of one. Heroes.com, of course, the website now provided by Gosugamers, free to use for everyone out there. So do make sure to use it because they keep improving and they keep bug fixing very quickly. Their devs are very on top of things, and the improvements we've seen week to week have just been phenomenal regardless. So well done to them.
Yeah, indeed.
So we are map striking. Sky Temple out of the running. Garden of Terror, Haunted Mines. Very likely to see a Blackheart's curse, Blackheart's ban, I want to say, right here. And that means we're likely to either see a Dragonshire or the more consistently played Cursed Hollow.
Yeah, indeed. But actually, Dragonshire getting banned out here.
I cannot imagine we're going to a Blackheart's. Are we going to a
Yeah,
Blackheart's?
I don't think so. It could be possible.
We saw it last night on the NA side of things. I mean, it is something of a map with specialized strats that could work to your favor, but do either of these teams have that? They do! Wow! LDLC bans out Curse Hollow at the end of it.
You know, I had a feeling they would do that. Team LDLC, I feel, is a very strong and experienced team. And you know, if you take a weaker team to this map, you know, a lot of people say the weaker team has a chance of winning, but I think that the stronger team is usually the victor on Blackheart's Bay. Cursed Hollow, a lot of the weaker teams, you know, focus on that map. It's one of those standard maps you have to practice and get good at to be a competitive, you know, viable team. So taking Blackheart's Bay and forcing it on a bit of an inexperienced team that probably doesn't scrim or practice this map a lot, I really like it, and I'm actually not surprised that after, you know, seeing what the bans were looking like.
Yeah, these bans have come out pretty quick here, but it is Baguette Saucisson in the driver's seat for the first pick. So Zeratul into Illidan. We're not going to be seeing either of those melees. Zagara as a first pick. I remember once upon a time it used to be Vala in that slot, but have we seen a game without a Zagara today?
I don't think we have. I mean, Zagara just has become such a strong, well, and desirable pick. Really, just Maw is such a pivotal ability. Zagara has strong pushing power. The double Hydralistic build puts out a lot of pressure on a hero. And the creep tumors, the vision is so good. And in this patch, we've been seeing a lot of Zagara, and Zagara has really just been one of the top ranged picks. So
it kind of saddens me to see that Sergeant Hammer has just kind of fallen to the side. Yeah, I mean, base health scaling, nobody wants to deal with that, but they dealt with it with Brightwing, and she came back in a fury. So I don't know. Maybe it'll take a little bit of time to readjust how we play with the Hammer, but Zagara has 100% been the more popular pick today. And wow, this is almost a first for us. Tyrande as a first pick to go with an Uther. They're setting up very nicely for the heal line. And, you know, we didn't really get to talk much about Tyrande changes, but her heal, it got a huge burst in terms of usefulness, but her talents also got rearranged. So how does she shake out?
Yeah, Tyrande is a very strong pick, and I'm really surprised because Europe was one of the innovators of Tyrande, kind of, you know, utilizing those crowd control chain comps like Tyrande, Uther together. And I'm really surprised we haven't seen more Tyrande today because Tyrande is just fantastic in this patch. But Team LDLC showing they know what's up and going to pick very strong combo with that Tyrande Uther.
Yeah, that's definitely a heck of a CC chain already started out. But Baguette Saucisson, they take an ETC, and they're definitely one of the harder characters to kill one-on-one in this map. Not likely to see much of laning phases from the ETC. In fact, would you put Zagara into the safe lane bottom? Or at least the far lane? I'm not sure how safe it is. Or would you try to draft someone else to take that role?
I would probably like Zagara in the bottom lane. She is a very strong solo laner. Something to mention about ETC Zagara is that Mosh Pit Maw into Mosh Pit is a nice combo, but look at it on the side of LDLC, they have Uther stun and Tyrande stun, and Blackheart's Bay is a map that is largely about rotations. It's all people will say, oh, it's the PVE, it's the player versus environment map where you kind of just take mercenaries, kill creeps. So stage dive is going to be the most likely pick here for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, I
And
would go with that.
and yeah, but we'll have to see what their other pick is here, Tassadar. And now Tassadar is a very, very nice pick on this map. He has the option of Mule if you want to go that route. His wave clear is excellent. He's actually good at quickly picking up chests with a Psionic Storm. I feel that Tassadar is one of those very, very strong picks on this map.
I don't think there's really a comp that doesn't benefit from a Tassadar. I mean, I've said that time and time again with my cast. It almost slots into every comp very usefully. He might not be the end all that he used to be back before BlizzCon when he was literally the first pick, first ban material. Absolutely, but yeah, I think he's found a really good niche in terms of the jack of all trades but master of none, the Tassadar.
Yeah. Funny enough, you do say that, but with the Tyrande Uther pick, I don't feel like Tassadar could benefit that much. I wouldn't be the worst pick in the world, but certainly already having that 1.5 support, I feel like, and they're kind of going into a burst damage comp anyways. So Tassadar, yeah, but Tassadar, I don't think they needed to actually pick up Tassadar there. I feel like they could have, maybe stolen Jaina away here, kind of breaking that ideal, Jaina, Tyrande, Uther, like trio that's just so strong in this patch. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Tassadar definitely a good pick, but I feel like they could have waited a little bit.
Is this where we see Stitches as a note?
Dude, there are so many different options. You can take Arthas here. You can take Stitches. You can take Diablo. You could, any of those 3 warriors can set up for the crazy combo. Tyrande stun, Jaina, Blizzard, Uther stun. So yeah, they can go for anything here. And honestly, they can. They don't even necessarily have to pick their warrior here because ETC's already been selected, so unless they're going for a double warrior, which I don't think they would.
I haven't really seen a lot of double warrior. We've seen Sonya with the double with the bruiser mentality. It's not really much of a warrior, so to speak. But Mirrodin,
yeah.
All right, you said any of these tanks can really just set that up, and going with the crowd control trains, that you were talking about earlier, he adds very nicely to it.
Yeah, and then I wanted to mention one more thing about Tassadar on the side of Team Baguette.
Sure.
Tassadar can be really nice, not only on this map, but when you're playing against a comp like LDLCs, you have that extra shielding to help your healer out. So whenever I kind of go up against a comp like LDLC has, it's really nice to have Tassadar in addition to that healer. I would definitely expect to see Rhaegar coming out here from Team Baguette. They're going to need that ancestral healing to prevent that burst damage from instantly killing a hero.
So what can Baguette augment here? They got 25 seconds to kind of figure out what kind of other damage tier they want, but they also need that healer. So, like, what would you do? What would you do?
I think I would take Rhaegar Tychus here. Tychus, if you get melting point, that can really, really help. And there's Tychus right there. On this map, like I said, it's all about rotations. It's about clearing waves. It's about taking mercenary camps. It's about avoiding fights. And I feel that Tychus is just very, very good with his ability to melting point waves. And I would most definitely 100% expect a Rhaegar here. I couldn't see any other hero.
Well, I mean, what other kind of healers have we seen today? We've seen Malfurions favoring Ice Blocks. We've seen Bright Wings favoring Blink Heals. We've seen one Lily.
See, the main problem that Baguette's going to run into is this insane burst on one hero. Yep. And if you can get that chain heal and that earth shield and that Tassadar shield, and then just be able to get that ancestral off, and their Rhaegar is, that's going to be really really convenient for them if they could keep a key hero alive. They will be able to turn that team fight. And Team LDLC, I feel like they're going to pick another warrior here. I really don't think they needed to pick Muradin there if they were going to go for some kind of DPS or so. Okay, but Vala though, really interesting.
The 2.5 DPS with Tyrande there.
Yeah, definitely very very interesting.
Reign of Vengeance to go with the CC chain.
Yeah, definitely a possibility unless they want Strafe to kind of clean up. But look at how much CC LDLC has here. It's just incredible.
Every single set of heroes there can apply crowd controls to some degree or another, with stuns, with slows. Muradin by himself can do attack speed slows with reverberation. Level 16 comes around. You could also get imposing presence. There's a lot of control in the comp here from LDLC, but on the flip side, I mean, you also outlined a little bit more of the advantages going with Team Baguette. They have insane wave clear. They won't be tied down to any certain lane Zagara mods for setups. You know, make it a 2v3 or 2v5 and a 3v5. You know, if you can grab a few different of those targets. And the stage dive, the global presence from ATC cannot be matched right now.
Yeah, indeed. And I was talking about the double warrior from LDLC, but it really doesn't make sense on this map. You really want to have a lot of nice wave clear, and the fact that you kind of already have like Uther, Tyrande, which they don't really excel at wave clear. They really needed that extra range damage healer to kind of clear waves.
All right, lobby is going up, and that's not Blackheart's Bay. I joined a lobby for Dragonshire, so I'm not entirely too sure what's up there. Is this the right game? Dragonshire? All right, so either way, we're going to look at that. And Nick, I'm actually going to let you talk to the team. So,
okay.
Oh, excuse. Okay, so maybe it is actually. Yeah, all right. So we are 100% going to Blackheart's Bay.
Yeah.
No worries there. And we are going to jump into this game as quick as we can. So, yeah, I don't know. Team Baguette, Saucy Salt was definitely very impressive last game. They had the Odin comp. Sure, they lost out that early game pressure, but now it's a very different map. Blackheart's Bay is traditionally more coin and PvE rather than fight focused. You know, fight when you really need to, but you can win with just pure turn-ins.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes we see a little bit of anticlimactic games on Blackheart's Bay, just one team out-rotating the other. And yeah, when you have complete map control, like, do you really need to fight? Like, unless you have some kind of huge advantage and you just know you can take a fight, then it's just safer to keep avoiding fights and just kind of keep gaining small advantages here and there and outmaneuvering your opponent.
Absolutely. All right, so here we go. This should be the right draft, or the right map. Taking a quick look. And it is. All right, Nick. Okay, cool. All right. We are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. And they will be getting us going momentarily. Either way, I mean, it has been a fantastic beginnings here to Cup Qualifier number 3. And by the end of this, we're going to know, is it Team Baguette, Saucisson, or LDLC that will be moving on to tomorrow's set of best of 3s, because only the top 2 here in this qualifier can move on to the Grands on April 11, April 12. And that's where the money is, Nick. That's cash first prize. That's peripherals with Roca hardware. So big thank you again to Alienware and Roca. Everything here, of course, powered by Gosugamers. A lot of factors came together to provide this tournament experience. We're ever thankful for it here in the growing tournament scene of Heroes of the Storm. So, and I believe this is your second cast ever, Mr. Nick. You've been enjoying your firsthand view into Europe?
Yeah, this is my second cast ever, my first time casting European scene. So a little bit inexperienced, but I hope I can bring some good knowledge about the game. I've been a competitive player since the start of the alpha.
Early days, yeah.
Yeah, the early days, the dark ages. And yeah, I've played a lot of games, and I just want to bring my experience to the viewers. And I hope you guys learned something today from me. And if you guys have any feedback, please feel free to contact me on Twitter, Nick Hotz. You can tweet at me or DM or whatever. Please give me feedback. I want to improve my casting and continue doing this in the future. So
Drop them a line, guys. Yeah.
And thank you again to Gosugamers for giving me this opportunity. So.
Well, we know that you had a heck of a long night, so we're definitely grateful that you're able to pull through for it as well. I mean, I know in the Eastern time zone here for Canada, I mean, I'm up at 7:30 in the morning for this. That's not usually what we do for the NA side of things. It's usually more late afternoons. So, we all make our sacrifices, but it's been a heck of a cup, and our sponsors are definitely very, very. We're very happy with them because cash, prizes, money, big tournaments. And guys, if you want a part of this, there's a 4th qualifier. It's next weekend. And that's your last chance. I mean, a lot of the NA teams have always said they want to come over to Europe. They want to play against the best, find out who can really tango, right? And we've seen that from Tempo Storm, haven't we, Nick?
Yeah, indeed. And I think there's plans for teams like Complexity to come over too and compete and try to qualify for this tournament. So the top brass from NA is definitely eyeing this, and as they should be. There's so much money and prizes on the line, and fame and prestige. So definitely a lot of competition going into this Gosu Cup series. So I'm really, really excited to see where it goes.
Next weekend, though, is kind of like the last hurrah. Quap number 4 will be our last 2 slots. So, it's the last do or die. I mean, we had, I think, 49 teams initially. We've been averaging about 32 on Cup number 2 and 3. I think we had 35 here today. So, I mean, what do you have to lose? You get in here, you play some games, you have some fun, you get a little bit of competitive experience. You might get shoutcasted by, us, by one of the other languages. I think we have 3 or 4 different language streams going. So there's a lot of coverage, and there's a lot of ways to learn and play and just get involved with Heroes of the Storm. So if that's an aim, next weekend is going to be your last huzzah, guys. And, hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, even if you're a lesser experienced team, grab your friends, just come out and play the tournament for fun. Even, a lot of teams are doing this in NA as well, and getting their feet wet, so to say. And it's a fun experience. Even if you don't get in, it's still a good time.
Absolutely. So it looks like the teams are finally ready to roll. We got all the ready flags now going up one by one. Heck of a draft going back and forth. And, you guys, now's your time. Place your bets. Will it be Team Baguette, Saucy Saul, or will it be the powerhouse LDLC? Moving on here to the top 4. And I'm going to take a quick look at the bracket just to find out. Fnatic has actually won against Griffiths as we're jumping into the game. So winner of this will move on to Fnatic tomorrow, probably our first game tomorrow. And G2 will be taking on Yard. So this is, again, the last of the top 4. One of these, or 2 of these 4 teams will be moving on to the Grands. Let's find out who it is.
Indeed, let's...
What's your MMR and hot slugs? That's like the worst question you could ask in chat. Fun stuff. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe next week as well. I mean, depending on how Sylvanas goes for the week. I know there's certainly a few bugs out there. Tomb of the Spider Queen looks pretty solid. So, I mean, they might be inducted into competition next week as well. So make sure you guys are practicing those new ones as well as some of these older style drafts. And, I mean, what's your personal opinion quickly on Tomb?
I think it's a fun map. I think it's definitely interesting. It's going to need a little bit more exploration, but I like it initially.
Yeah.
So
no cringing reactions to it right off the bat.
People will off the bat say, "Oh, this map is not so good," but I actually kind of enjoy playing on it. So we'll have to see how it fares in competitive, because that's the most important thing for me.
Exactly.
Competitive play.
Right. Yeah. Less RNG, more skill.
Yep.
Or stone, please. Anyways, blue. Guys, let's try this all again. The guys on blue, we haven't seen today on stream, but we have seen them in the past. Tadarka, Polator, Morden, Nada, and Killer Chino going to be making up Team LDLC as they're looking for a fight at the Happy Face, but they do not find anyone.
Yeah, Team Baguette getting a little tricky here, going into the bottom lane, maybe looking for some kind of party bush thing, but also setting up that creep, which is really, really nice on this map.
Yeah, so putting a cigar into the bottom, we talked a little bit about this. With those wards, they're like early warning detection systems. So if you see any kind of big ganks coming down here with that Zagara, you will have a little bit of extra time to react. And that is the downside of pushing up with her in that far lane. But she has a laning buddy here. Look at this. She has Mecha Tassadar.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I really like this because they're going to be able to secure this chest quite easily. And Team Baguette going for like this 2-2-1 setup.
What's the plan?
So very, very interesting. I like it. But what's Zagara doing here? Rotating up to mid now.
So it looks like she set up the wards, I guess, for the control on top of the chest. And now with the rotation, they're going to do Tassadar up against the Vala. And they're going to try to refute this mid.
Yeah, I really, really like this. Nice play out of Zagara here. Really utilize those creep tumors as much as possible. And get those coins in bottom. But Tassadar's going to have to be careful here. Jaina and Murden riding in here. But Tassadar able to back out.
Autobots rolled out, yeah.
Oh, that skin is awesome. I love the Mecha Archon form. Oh, looks so good.
The new legendary skins that Blizzard has been pumping out are absolutely mind-boggling. But in terms of the coins, 5 apiece as they go back and forth. So both chests were traded out. We do got those rotations. Oh, Arakeen, you're so low! Now he's dead. And those are 5 more coins to Darka. That could actually be a turn-in.
Yeah, I mean, Team Baguette had a nice little start there, able to secure that chest in bottom, but Tassadar just getting a little bit too overeager in lane there and getting picked off. You have to be so careful when playing against Tyrande Jaina style. It's just so devastating.
And 9. What? Who has the other coin? Oh, Tyrande has the other coin. It's like, I know we have 10 ready to go, but wow, Tokuzan. He actually can get really low and he gets stunned. Nara takes home the kill. And this could actually be now the denial of the easies.
Yeah, indeed. And I really like this Murden.
How did they just go back?
Oh my god.
Not only do they get Rhaegar with that surprise, they run away. Tychus feels obligated to finish out the easies, and they get the stuns again. 9 games.
9 games, man. And LDLC in really good shape here. Going to deny those Giants, and they are not a full level up, but they are currently a level ahead. So really, really nice.
Dark is not going to be turning in. There's no damage on the mid gate at all, so it won't be a fort, but it will be the pressure. That will leave Morden there just to continue soaking up, and now about, what, quarter of a level or so? Maybe half a level. It's still swinging early game in favor towards LDLC pretty well.
Yeah, but they're going to be up a bit more because this tower is going to be going down here in mid, so really, really nice start to the game for LDLC.
Absolutely, yeah. Donatan now going to come up top. Looks like Folatar is going to be the big target, and he's getting body blocked pretty decently here from Celine, but Folatar, I mean, it's Uther. It's so hard to lock him down with that chain CC. The Tyrande came up here and just healed him anyways. It looks like, though, it's going to be Vala in the bottom lane. She did not live through that.
Yeah, Baguette was able to kind of sneak the Knights, and then LDLC came in, and then Vala got caught out of position and just kind of finished off by that Tychus overkill. So nice little move there by Team Baguette to kind of get edge their way back into the game a bit.
So level 7, do we have a mule? Give me a mule. Mueller? Nope, no mule.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of surprising. I feel Mule is strong, but yeah. You know, I feel like nowadays you really want Tassadar to be doing a lot of damage. So it's a trade-off for sure.
The Tyrande, I believe, could have taken one as well. We are blessed. I think those are the only 2 options on this map, or on these comps.
I would have liked to see it on the side of Team Baguette more, because I feel that LDLC kind of locked themselves into a style that is going to be largely around winning fights and securing kills, whereas Team Baguette kind of has more of like a rotational style. They have, you know, ETC with stage dive, they have Zagara for pushing, they have Rhaegar, which has excellent wave clear, they have Tychus with melting point, they have Tassadar, so they have kind of like wave clear rotation comp, whereas LDLC has the kill comp. So I would have liked to see the Mule a bit more from the side of Team Baguette.
Well, Team Baguette is definitely struggling a little bit. The race to 10 is still very much in the lead here for LDLC, but we do got some bruisers now pushing up top. It is only the Uther there for the defense. Not exactly the biggest of wave clears, but looks like we are going to have our own counter bruisers to go with that. Nara and Siddharka have been inseparable so far with their roam, with that Mirrodin and the Jaina, and there we go. They're going to get their own push now generated into the top. LDLC, however, is very much poised on getting those heroics, and are they actually in a position to capitalize on a quick kill with them? It does not look like that such. But we do got the red turn in. Wow, Zagara was actually able to dunk the coins.
Yeah, that was nice that they were able to get this. That means the game will even out a bit and they'll be able to get their heroics quite quickly here. And now LDLC has those knights, so you're going to have to respond to that in a little bit here. But we'll have to see what's going on here.
How much damage was actually on this mid? I don't want to say that this is going to be a fort. And 3 cannibals? Yeah, it's not going to be a fort. Not at all. We got Rain of Vengeance, actually. Killer Chino throwing him down to the bottom. Siddharka actually going to be here because the Hood had walked into it. And that's going to be another kill going the way of LDLC. 8 coins as apparently Zagara went down, what, mid? Yeah, it was absolutely the mid with that stun combination. So kills and kills and kills. LDLC up 5-1.
Yeah, you can't mess around when playing against this kind of style because any one of these heroes can just start the combination and just get you caught and killed almost instantaneously. So unless you're ready to fight, if you get picked off, you're gonna most likely die every time.
Killer Chino very close to death there, but Rhaegar does not have that level 13 Feral Lunge, so he was not able to finish off the kill. So Lin is just gonna basically sit here and watch as everything just starts dying into the top. But what is the rest of LDLC doing? Well, on the back of those kills, they started pushing up the mid as well. They're looking at level 13 very quickly. We do got ults on both sides, and it is the Odin as an ult. Odin and the Rain, we've seen the Rain, Water Elemental, the Avatar, Starfall, and no shield today. Will be the Storm, Nick.
Indeed. And Zagara almost, Zagara getting caught here, but able to survive. The Maw going down on Uther and Mirrodin.
The Odin did not move. He got body blocked really hard, but Rhaegar comes in with the Ancestral, doesn't put it on Danatan, does put it on the Odin, and Odin will live for now. Here comes Celine. Can Celine actually delay long enough for a kill? We don't have stage dive? We do have stage dive. When did he use it?
Yeah, he beats me.
he just used it like 20 seconds ago. All right, well, I missed that part, but it will not be a kill either way. That was a really nice turnaround, though, from Danatan. I caught the end of it there with that really money maw. Yeah,
the only unfortunate thing for them is they had to use many of their heroics there, whereas on side of LDLC, they're only missing Starfall, which isn't really critical to their kill potential as the other heroic abilities.
And we got Celine actually holding down the mid up against Politar. Politar not really doing a lot of roaming. He has very much been a lane fixture, into the top, into the mid now, doing a lot of lane soaking because we are just kind of more or less depending on Tyrande for her roam. But still, even then, I mean, Mirrodin, he's been jungling, he's been murking, he's been roaming, he's been killing. He does not need heals whatsoever. I mean, by the time you roam from one lane to the next, the second wind kicks in. So it's a very good roaming choice, I feel, on this map. Bring CC, you don't have to really deal too much in terms of the heals, and between the support and a half so far, LDLC have only dropped 1 kill.
Yeah, indeed. And we're gonna have a fight here.
Yeah, Selene goes in, but he's way too far forward. Politar with the stun. Tokuzan will get the Ancestral off, but he's a little mini Rhaegar, so he's not going anywhere. Mood in the back with that Odin way too late to the party, and he's going to drop, and now it's looking like Arakeen has to try to get out of dodge. That Archon form looks really cool, but it will look even better as pieces on the mantle. Wow, really nice dodging, though, from Arakeen, but it's still, he's down the trophy, and he's down for the count.
Yeah, I feel like Team Baguette is kind of being a little bit too aggressive going into these team fights. Against a comp like LDLC has, you kind of want to bait out their cooldowns. So once their cooldowns are used, Team Baguette has a stronger team fight because they're less reliant on big, burst, cooldowns like LDLC is. But yeah, LDLC, man, they've been controlling this game, and the reason they're able to control this game so well, despite not having as adequate wave clear as Team Baguette, is because they're able to get these picks and these kills. Team Baguette has just not been playing careful enough, and they've been getting picked off left and right. And even on top of that, their rotations have not been ideal. They've had, you know...
They had any?
I mean, they've had, you know, 3 people kind of defending bottom, you know, where there's, you know, a lane in top, a wave in top that needs to be cleared, or knights that need to be taken. So not optimal rotations either from Team Baguette.
I would definitely say that we've seen a heck of a lot more roaming up from LDLC. And looking at, I wonder if this is very strategic. They need 30 coins for a back-to-back turn-in, and they have 30 coins after that Merc camp right there. But, oh, they didn't dunk him in. Wow, that was actually a really clutch Psystorm at the end of it there. Polator had tanked out the Banelings, but could not tank out the Psystorm. Here comes the stage dive, doesn't hit anybody, unfortunately. And now Nara in the back, that's going to be a mob. So there's no follow-up, they're not positioning. Wow, Killer G just comes right back out of it. Polatar there with the heals, and there goes the Rhaegar. Wood in the back, even through that first hit is dropping. The ETC is dead in the water. Tadarka is going for this, the Odin. And, well, he's no longer an Odin. That Tychus. Tassadar dies off screen, and I don't think Mud is going to get out of this one. 1, 2, and 3. Killer Chino takes it, and 4 kills, nil. It feels sloppy, I gotta say, Nick.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say that that's one of the last things you want to do. Team Baguette going level 14 versus 16 down a talent tier versus a comp that is such a strong team fight while your Golem is pushing in it, or mercenaries are pushing in a top lane. Like, that is the last thing they want to do at that point in time. This map, you want to play passive. You want to, you know, get around the map and you know, PvE, as people say. But going head first into a fight on Blackheart's Bay against the team who's in a huge advantage, like that was a huge misplay, that fight there.
15 to 17, so you're also looking at the talent tier advantage going the way of LDLC. And again, like, they have enough coins once more to turn in, and I would not be surprised to see them take the Mercs and immediately go off to the captain, because the captain has been doing work. We have 18 to 15, a full 3 levels. Nick, it's probably the biggest discrepancy we've seen today.
Yeah, man. LDLC, they just use their pick style very good, and caught Team Baguette off guard too much and snowballed this map so hard in their favor. Even with all the Knights being clear, heroes and mobility, even from like ETC stage dive, they're just getting pressured everywhere. They're just not able to do anything. The only thing I could see them doing it here is possibly getting to level 16 here and taking some kind of fight, and hope that LDLC kind of misplays it a bit. And even then, it's still hard. Even if LDLC gets wiped, they're in such good shape here.
Well, we have an Odin behind the gates, although the gates are now fallen, and will LDLC actually engage into this, or are they going to take a break and wait for the Odin to wear off? Because they don't need to expend any heroic. There's no chance in Odin to chase, which means that they just bide their time. They're going to be in a really good spot to come back into this one. Of course, they could always just kill it, but it does look like they're going to bide their time.
Yeah, I mean, even on another map, LDLC doesn't even want to go in there. But Blackheart Bay, no, certainly not. No reason to take any risk here. Up 3 levels. But yeah, I don't know. They might want to take a little poke here, maybe try to get a catch and just kind of blow somebody up. They could, you know, instantly end the game here, but they have to play, you know, they're just playing safe here. Looks like they just want to push that wave up so the Giants can kind of finish, but...
ETC has been top this entire time. He does have that stage dive ready to go in case there is a fight, but now the coins have spawned. He's actually going to get to this this coin chest first. The problem is he's about to also get collapsed upon, and I think he knows it now.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Even with that stage dive, it can be interrupted, and they have a lot of CC. And yeah,
Hunter's Mark. Oh! The Zagara saved him. Borden is not going to let him through. He used the Starfall to kill him, and he didn't get it. There's probably an owl coming his way, but Zagara. Wow, Celine is actually going to live. The owl's not enough either. Rhaegar dying. People are dying in the rest of it. They saved out the battle cow, but they lost out 2 of their own. About to be a 3rd here with the Odin. I mean, kudos, but wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, if ETC is running from the fight, he's not there to protect the team, and Zagara, Rhaegar, and Tychus paid their lives there, so... and it looks like, yeah, it's looking like LDLC just wants to close it out here, and I think they can do it, no problem.
I mean, Zagara, Rhaegar, yeah, coming in with the Maw and they saving out the ETC, as I say, kudos to them, congratulations, there goes Tassida. But at the same time, I mean, yeah, you're 3 levels down. Probably should have just let us die. The level 20 hype is here, and that will be an uncontested core, more or less. There's nothing the Fight Dog and Zagara can do, and that will be game, ladies and gentlemen. The Alienware Enter the Storm Cup #1 qualifier #3 winner for today is going to be LDLC as they duck into the the semifinals for tomorrow's best of 3 matches.
Yeah, indeed. Very, very well played on LDLC's part there. You know, just executing that comp how it's supposed to be, executed. And Team Baguette, unfortunately, you know, not playing properly against that composition and not playing that map properly. Really, really nice by LDLC to take them to Blackheart's Bay. I really feel that the experienced team actually has the advantage on Blackheart's.